Stages to a more frugal life. Living a frugal life isn't difficult or as extreme as it may seem. A frugal lifestyle is simply the result of numerous small decisions. With the 10 steps we'll highlight in this video, you can gradually and comfortably ease into living more frugally and save more money than you'll ever imagine possible. So, here are 10 stages to living a more frugal life. Number 10. Don't overthink it. Living frugally hasn't exactly had the best reputation. Not that keeping more of your money isn't cool, but until recently, it just wasn't a subject that received positive attention. However, due to the recent economic crisis globally, many people are having to reconsider their financial situations and are deciding that it might not deserve its bad rap after all. If, after considering your finances, you have seen a need to save, the first step is to realize that you own and control your money. Being frugal does not mean you are being cheap. It just means your goal is to get full value for your money. Realizing that you need to spend your money wisely and avoid financial waste could never be a bad idea. Remember, it's all about your mind. Also, being stingy and being frugal are two entirely different things. A frugal person aims to free up their resources and channel them into what's important to them. If your loved ones or friends tease you about your frugal habits, maintain your composure and keep your sense of humor. You won't make any progress if you are not confident. So embrace your sense of financial independence positively. Number 9. Set your goals. Next, you need to realize that living frugally is not something that can be done instantaneously. There will be stumbling blocks along the way of this adventure, so experts advise establishing your goals in order to keep them for the long run and gain the benefits. You need to determine what you aim to achieve by living frugally. Perhaps you'd like a new car, or you would like to retire early and live comfortably. The possibility of achieving your goals increases when you know exactly what you want, because when things get difficult, keeping track of your progress will keep you motivated. Write down your targets at the front of your financial books, and be sure to write down all the amounts and deadlines precisely. Also, establish financial mileposts at regular intervals between your deadline and now. When you hit those milestones, it helps in the long term to help you stay committed in case your goals are something you won't see the results of right away. Number 8. Analyze your finances. The core of being frugal is learning how to live without some things so you can spend money on the things you value most. The most important step, however, is creating a budget to make this a reality. If you don't know what you're spending your money on, you can't make plans on how to cut back. Write down every dollar you spend and what you buy for a week, 2 weeks, or a month while carrying out your regular financial activities to gain a sense of your spending patterns. Next, create a category for all the expenses you incurred, from dining out and amusement to groceries, electricity, and gas. To get a total picture, go through your bank statements and make notes of every expense and purchase. When the figures and objectives are laid out, your route of action will become clear. Be careful not to rationalize your frivolous spending and then meticulously list places you think you can cut back on. Finally, draw up a budget of your income against your expenses and determine how much you can afford to save each month. Number 7. Prioritize between wants and needs. It's now down to business to determine a realistic budget and spending plan. Your goal should be to make more money than you spend, and if this isn't working out, you'll need to either make more money, spend less, or do a little of both. If you are already on the maximum income you can make with your time, then you need to look at several ways to spend less. And the top way to do this is to determine your wants and needs. It's easy to get lured into buying what you want but don't necessarily need. Advertisers have become very skilled at coming up with alluring methods to convince us that we need a variety of products. However, in truth, these products, however inventive or fascinating, are all just stuff, many of which we can live without. Finding a healthy balance in our spending habits is the key. While occasionally treating yourself to your wants is okay, treating yourself every time you go shopping isn't a good habit. Instead, consider if you are investing in a need or a want before you make a purchase. Number 6. Develop small-scale frugal living habits. One of the biggest components of living a frugal life after evaluating your finances is to take steps to affect the change you need to make. Change is never easy, But to fully execute and live an optimal frugal life, we advise you to begin gradually with little habits. You might want to start with your recurring monthly expenditures because lifestyle changes are frequently more challenging to make than making a little change. For example, you can easily reduce your monthly spending by canceling regular membership fees you are not using. Then you may proceed to other steps, such as trying to cut your car insurance costs or your internet and cable bills. These changes won't be felt because you only have to call your service providers and ask politely if there is anything they can do to lessen the prices you pay and see if you qualify for any reductions. Gradually, you can then introduce lifestyle changes such as avoiding impulse spending on things like coffee, takeout, and alcohol, particularly out at bars and restaurants. Number 5. Waste nothing. We'll get to that in a second. I have a favor to ask of you. If you like the video so far, please subscribe to the channel. Another reason why people drag their feet on living frugally is that they try to go for the biggest changes first instead of maximizing what they currently have. Just by being less wasteful, you can easily attain some level of savings. Develop a use-it-up mentality and think creatively about how you can make better use of what you already have. You're under no obligation to go overboard, and there are lots of easy steps to prevent waste. You could start by turning leftovers into new dishes, using old shirts as cleaning rags, and recycling as much as you can. Also, you can avoid wasting gas running errands while en route to other errands or work. When not in use, turn off the lights, television, and computers in your home. Fix any leaks around your home. Regulate your thermostat and water heater. Freeze any leftover food. Put on your winter coat from last year instead of getting a new one, and so on. All of these little steps of not being wasteful add up. You just have to try it and see. Number 4. Don't incur debts. Debts have been kind of normalized in our society, and when you think about it, they only make sense for the overall economy, but not for any particular reason. Being aware of how debt may affect you is a big step toward being frugal. You won't believe how difficult it is to get out of debt once you've gotten into it. Although debts may occasionally be unavoidable, like a high medical expense, an auto repair bill, or a loss of one's employment, there are some instances when they can be avoided. Anytime you swipe your card, pause to consider the interest payments you make and how they could easily erode your monthly budget. However, this is all easier said than done. So we advise caution by checking the interest rates on any debt, such as mortgages, car loans, and student loans, and shopping around for the best rates possible if you truly must. And if you are already in debt, try using the snowball approach to pay them off. It involves paying off the largest amount first, then the next largest amount, and so on, until you are debt-free. You'll feel as though a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders because your monthly living costs will decrease significantly. Number 3. Smart credit card use. Companies that issue credit cards are always seeking innovative and fun methods to take more money out of your wallet. All costs are added up. They could reduce grace periods and even increase interest rates. There are a lot of things you can do, so you just have to choose the option that fits your financial situation best. In an extreme case, you could simply freeze or discard all your cards and operate purely with cash. Studies have consistently shown that when using cash, people will spend less money. You could also preserve your cards but not make use of them to improve your credit score. Having a credit score is a crucial factor that would help determine the interest rate you are offered. There are other solutions, such as transferring your debt to a zero-interest card and then trying to pay them off within the grace period. Just do some research and evaluate how you can frequently manage your finances in this regard. Number 2. Live below your means. You've probably often heard that it's best to live within your means rather than beyond them. This mindset of making the most of less is a major step in living a frugal life, and it's simpler than you might think. In fact, many wealthy people form the practice of living within their means before becoming affluent. You should develop this habit because you will never have enough if you are constantly reaching for something that is beyond your financial capacity. There will always be something more you want but cannot have. Living below your means will teach you perfectly how to differentiate between necessities and wants, and then make small adjustments. The extra money you'll have each month will provide you with more possibilities to invest and save, which can help you create long-term wealth. Number 1. Take care of yourself. Taking excellent care of your physical health has a significant positive impact on your financial health as well. Simple lifestyle adjustments, including increasing exercise and eating healthier, can help or even prevent many medical conditions. Even if your budget is so tight it squeaks, set aside a little fun money each month. This will help your mental state as well, because never having anything to look forward to could cause you to rebel and undo all of your hard work savings. Saving money can become addictive, but it's important to treat yourself to a little luxury as a reward for your effort and hard work, while staying within your budget, of course. Set aside money for things like going to the movies, dining out, brunch with loved ones, taking a walk and enjoying a drink before returning home, paying for a gym membership, or whatever else tickles your fancy. It's really healthy to celebrate your achievement and enjoy the money you worked hard to acquire. So tell us, which of these stages do you think will be easier to adopt? Living below your means or staying away from debt? Comment below.